I didn't mean to ruin your
So
name though.
it's okay. When do you think somebody should start veganism, or should it just be a world class thing?
Oh, say it. Maybe I didn't understand the first part of the question. Say it one more time.
When do you think that someone should start being a vegan, or
Oh,
should
when?
it, yeah,
So being a vegan is not about your status, where you're living, what situation you're in. It's about recognizing that animals are sentient, just like your companions, and not wanting to exploit and use them for your benefit, especially if you don't need to. So people that are even living in harsh conditions can still live vegan.
but everything we do is to our benefit. We've been doing it for
Right, but we
years,
don't.
millions of
If you have a
years.
choice, if you have a choice between exploiting someone and not exploiting someone, which product are you going to buy? One
Someone,
requires. Which one?
you said someone?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Well,
not
it doesn't
exploiting
matter
anyone.
if you. It's fine if you don't consider animals as someone. We'll keep it on a human level for this question. If you could buy a product that exploits a human and one that doesn't exploit a human, which one would you buy? Like, you know for a fact this one takes exploitation and this one doesn't.
The one that doesn't exploit someone,
Right. Exactly. Why don't we want to exploit other humans?
because
Like,
we are on
why
the
do we find that
same,
morally wrong? Sorry, I just was trying to
because
clarify.
we are of the same kind. It will be weird for animals that are
Just
in
purely
their
because
same
of
nature to
species?
kill each other and eat each other. We're the same species, exactly. So we won't kill each other for
So
that.
if you saw someone harming a dog, you wouldn't stop them. You don't have empathy for the dog.
Well, I live in Jamaica and that happens frequently, and I'm scared to go up to them because they're scary.
Well, I didn't ask you if you would do something. I'm asking you, would you feel that's morally wrong that they're doing that?
Yeah,
Okay. So if you agree then that animals feel pain and that it's immoral to cause them unnecessary pain, why do you think it's okay to send them into a slaughterhouse if we can thrive on a plant-based diet?
because it's necessary for our survival.
What do you need from animals that you can't get from plants?
Protein, calcium, all type of stuff.
So lots of plants are full of protein. We've got tofu, tempeh, beans, nuts. I mean, all plants have protein. If you mix and match them, you get everything. As long as you eat your normal need of calories, you're going to get all your protein. As far as calcium, you can eat dark leafy greens. Just eat them with like a citrus. It'll help you absorb the iron. Oh, actually, I don't know if that helps with calcium. But yeah, you just eat dark leafy greens, and I'm pretty sure that tofu also has a decent amount of calcium in it. You can just look up calcium vegan sources, and that'll pop up, or any of these resources here. This is someone where you can talk to an actual dietitian. If you're out of the app, I can't hear you, by the way. It does look like it says that you've stepped out. I mean, it's fine as long as you can hear me.
Oh,
I'm just letting you know if you're talking, I can't hear you.
oh,
But if you wanted to know how to eat healthy, that's what I have these up here for. Challenge 22 is actually where you can go talk to a dietitian, and they'll answer like nutritional questions and whatnot, and they'll even help you meal plan so you make sure that you eat a balanced diet so you get everything in your diet. And then nutritionfacts.org, if you want to be more independent, you can go watch their videos. They go through different studies and tell you their conclusions, and you can learn why things are healthy, what makes something healthy, what does healthy even mean.
okay. So when did
Yeah.
you start being vegan?
8 years ago, I saw multiple documentaries that showed the mistreatment of animals, and upon further research, there was no way to exploit the animals without them suffering. And then I went on to honestly realizing that there's no right way to do the wrong thing. Like, even if we were to do exploit these animals in the kindest way possible, it's still immoral because we're enslaving them for our purposes. They're sentient beings that have their own purpose, their own wants, and we're taking that away from them for 15 minutes of taste pleasure, which I think is wrong.
But regardless, they'll die.
Huh?
Regardless, they'll die.
Well, so will we, but that doesn't give me the right to exploit you.
Yeah, but the thing is, if why should we take what they need? We cannot make everything just strictly off one thing.
Yeah, we
If
can.
we stick to
If anything, we would actually thrive as a planet because we would use 75% less of our agricultural land because we grow so much food for the animals. There's 92.2 billion animals raised and fed and unalived every year. 92.2 billion. That's a huge number. There's only 8 billion humans. So if we didn't have animal agriculture, we could feed everybody. We can even feed 10 billion humans versus letting some of our humans starve right now.
So you think that the world should survive off being a vegan?
Yeah, because we can. And we're having more science come out that says that we're healthier. How what?
There'll be lots of risks doing that. I'm okay if someone does it on their own free will, but I don't feel like it should just be a necessity.
I mean, what gives you the right to enslave someone else and use them for your purposes?
We're not enslaving. It's just necessary for our survival. If
What do you?
don't,
What if
we'll
the
die.
animals are not enslaved? Are they free?
What wants do they have? They cannot build a home. They cannot pay taxes. Like, I don't get it.
You
They
don't
have
think
this
animals
food.
have wants?
We're on
You don't
top of
think
we're on top of the food chain.
so? If someone was bigger and stronger than you, does that mean they can do whatever they want to you?
If it's a beer, yeah.
No, I'm asking morally if a human was bigger and stronger than you,
But
is that
they're
okay
not
for them
humans.
to?
They're not humans.
I'm saying we're the moral agents.
Even
And
humans aren't free.
We're the moral agents that are bigger and stronger than the animals. So just because we can dominate them doesn't mean that we morally should take their life. That means we should protect them, right? The strong should protect the vulnerable, not exploit and use them.
Hmm.
That's just kind of how where I came from. I'm not a very big person, right? I'm also a woman. I've experienced some sexism and I've experienced people trying to dominate me, and it's frustrating. It irritates me. But I'm obviously a little smarter. But I mean, animals. If you have a dog or a cat and you force them to do something, they tell you they don't like it. But the animals we use in our food agricultural systems, it doesn't matter if they like it or not. They're forced through it. Their consent is not considered. They're just forced to be unalived and abused. It's really sad and heartbreaking.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to understand why I went vegan a little more, I always point people to watch Dominion. It's one documentary, just shows you the standard practices. And honestly, even if you didn't go vegan, it would still be worth it to watch it because you're paying for that and you should know what you're paying for. What are you demanding? It's important to know what you're demanding and where your food comes from.
Alright. But I just hope you keep a realistic expectation because it's been in our nature for years.
I mean, so was graping each other. So was unjustly unaliving. Yes.
It depends on where you
Our
grow.
ancestors graped each other to keep up the genetic biodiversity. Like, if they didn't grape each other, we wouldn't be here. Oh, you're echoing really hard.
It depends on.
It doesn't
Where
depend.
your
I'm trying to make the
ancestors are
point
from.
that it doesn't matter what we did in the
Not-
past. Right now, we can thrive on a plant-based diet. Humans can
No,
thrive
we
on a
can't.
plant-based
There's so
diet.
many risks in that.
Okay, stop. Do you know what the
Risk.
Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics
Especially
is?
for males.
Do you know what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is? It's the
No.
largest body. It's the largest body of nutrition doctors and dietitians and other diet professionals. The largest body of them, and they have multiple meta studies that they've all peer reviewed, and they all agree that a vegan diet is safe and healthy for all stages of life. And they have this up on their website. You can go look it up. So it's the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. There's other large bodies of doctors and scientists and even government bodies that recognize that a vegan diet is safe and healthy for all stages of life.
Well, we can do studies for studies, but at the same time, if someone has a belief, they're gonna find something to justify it.
So
really...
what's more believable? Just some random person's belief, or science that can be repeated and tested?
But science has already cleared this up, and that we need meat.
I just told you that we can thrive on a plant-based diet. I've been vegan 8 years. I'm fine. There's bodybuilders that are vegan. Patrick Baboumian, Nimai Delgado.
They can do that later in life. If you're an adult and you start veganism, okay.
I just
your
told you that a vegan diet. Hey,
raise a child on a vegan
do you want to
diet.
have a genuine conversation, or should I kick you?
You're the one that's talking over me. You talk, I let you talk, and let me talk, and then when I finish talk, you talk. Or this conversation can ascend. I really don't care.
Okay, well, my point is that you can thrive on a plant-based diet. There's no justification to take someone's life.
Yes, it is. It's not someone either. It's not someone. It's an animal. We're not in the same
If they're not a someone,
category.
are they a something? Are they the same as a table? You consider an animal as the same as a table? If I stab a table, you think that's the same as me stabbing an animal?
Well, I don't know. I can understand if
Do animals have personalities? Do dogs and cats have unique personalities and wants? They have their favorite toys and things they like to do? Do dogs like to go on walks? Do they like to play with a ball?
Some animals are more intelligent than others. I've raised chickens, I've raised goats, and I've seen them get killed and slaughtered, and I refuse to eat them because I just feel, because I raised them. But I know
you saw that they had a personality. It's not a necessity.
No,
that's what
they had
I'm
no
hearing. Personality.
The chickens were dumb as fuck, and and the goat was dumb as fuck too.
Well, I think that you might have had a speciesist perspective, and you didn't actually want to see them as individuals, because I guarantee that they're individuals, just like a dog.
I love them. It could be raining and my goat is outside, and I'll bring him in.
Okay, well, you said it. You didn't say he or she.
Well, I don't know their gender.
You don't know your goat's gender?
No, because, they never told me their gender, so.
It's quite obvious.
I'm just showing.
Okay.
It was a he. I named him George.
Okay. Okay. Well, so the same reason that you didn't want to eat George is the same reason you shouldn't eat other animals.
I'm an athlete. I need the protein.
Yeah, I just listed a bunch of bodybuilders. Brian Turner is on YouTube, and he actually offers his services to people if you want to bodybuild and be vegan. And he's huge.
I strive off energy, so the protein is
they all
necessary.
do. They're bodybuilders. They're bodybuilders. The Henchman Herbivore is another one. He's huge. He also gives help to people that want to be vegan. There's Nimai Delgado has been vegan his whole life, and he's huge. Patrick Baboumian went vegan and did a strongman competition and won. He's from Germany. So you can be an athlete and be vegan, but the thing is, you need to have the why. I feel like you're still looking for veganism to benefit you when it's actually the complete opposite. It has nothing to do with you. It has you recognizing that animals are just as sentient as your companions, and that they don't want to die. That's it. They're just sentient and don't want to die. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand.
I understand. One day, you'll be able to fight for their rights and protest.
Oh, I already do that. This is just me going on TikTok and talking to people about. I do it out in the streets too. Oh, looks like you're losing service. Oh, there you go.
All right, well, bye.
Okay. Well, I just strongly suggest you watch Dominion. It's a great resource to learning the why to go vegan. A lot of people are so focused on this fear of change, like, oh, I gotta uproot my whole life and change everything. It's like, all you have to do is move your hand when you're at the grocery store. Hey, I don't want this chicken to have their head removed, or the next chicken to have their head removed. I'm gonna buy the seitan or the tofu or the beans. That's all it is. It's really that simple. people want to make it this complicated issue. It's not. It's really straightforward. You're against oppression and exploitation of innocent sentient beings. That's all it is.